another amazing feature of the reboot of the world's financial system, of course, is digital currency and cryptocurrency. And, there's obviously a lot of jostling because the premise of cryptocurrency is that it's a large it's perhaps one of the largest disintermediation between people in power and the general public ever, because the idea of a monetary system free from the manipulation and control of warlords, dukes, kings, politicians, uh, it's a certainly a dream that would appeal to a more populist nature. It's like we want to be, because throughout history, currencies have been consistently manipulated by those classes to serve themselves at the expense of everything, as we discussed, at the expense of animals, at the expense of the environment, of course, at the expense of the people who are not power mad and want to live in peace. Those of us that want to live in peace, we just watch the war people doing their same old, and ruining the planet for all of us. And uh, I'm just going to diverge a little bit because I'm not an anti-war person. I mean, I think war is stupid, but I'm a pro-peace person. So to me, what we have is a deep imbalance, and there's a lot of concern that if we, you know, the, if we unilaterally become peaceful, those who haven't really evolved to be at peace will then attack us, and there's historic evidence of these kinds of things happening uh, in the wake of Buddhism and other flowering of human culture. So I'm not talking about the military at all in this, but what I am talking about is that we're very weak in the practice of peace, and that's part of what Vegan Lush is designed to do. Can we bring the best of humanity into a platform? And when I say a platform, I mean the financial platform as a whole. And the financial platform as a whole has been evolving very rapidly in the direction of the potential of peace-based culture. Now, is that going to stand? It's hard to know, because we've already seen, for example, that social media, which seemed to be kind of a universal platform for communication, has become now a platform for very um, discriminate censorship. And so the you know and the work is already afoot to try to control uh, cryptocurrency and bring it back into the realm, the control realm, and try to make it fit into the older power models that were worked out again over 100 years ago. So that's going to be a natural thing. Are we going to get? Is it going to be? Look, is we don't know how far social media is going to devolve away from the idea of pure freedom. That human beings could handle the kind of power. We have to remember that free speech in the past meant the freedom to stand in front of, in the town square and talk to 100 people. The the founders, I think, of the United States and other countries that have free speech laws didn't imagine that anybody anywhere could speak freely to anybody else anywhere, or everybody anywhere. That was their domain. Whether it was the print media, and with each new evolving technology, that technology was really the most useful to the ruling class. People talk about John F. Kennedy to be the first president that had mastered television as a medium. And you could say that Donald Trump was the first president who had managed social media as a medium of communication to his constituents. And then now now we're at the point where the social media platforms banned President Trump from using, what is arguably the public square to speak. And these are really interesting discussions. And of course, the same discussion is happening regarding uh, cryptocurrencies. Are the people going to be allowed to use a currency that's free from political influence and manipulation? And in a way, this conversation will go on forever because money itself is a human fabrication. The need for money itself is a human invention, and the reliance on that is a human invention. So we're never going to be able to really get humans totally out of the picture. I don't know. Let's say if we have, I don't want to go too far. Obviously, the next step in this will be artificial intelligence managing the system. But again, why? Money has no value to a robot either, right? Money only has value to human beings, and it only has value to human beings because we're not robots. And so, to the extent that money exists at all, the configuration of it, the utility of it, and the design of it will continue to exist in this sort of, this realm of humanity, who we really are as living beings. And that's why I don't see these new platforms give us a lot of potentiality, but I'm currency agnostic. People come to me and say, well, vegans, we need our own cryptocurrency. It's like, well, look, if you want to work on that problem, go ahead. I don't want to work on that problem. I want to work from the central issue back. The central issue is that animals are being exploited, ecosystems are being destroyed, human health is being decimated, and that whatever currency is handy, that's what we can use, because again, currency is a surrogate medium for human agreement, all the aspects of humanity, whether we work independently or whether we cooperate in times that cooperation is needed. And this is a time, my whole life has been a time that cooperation has been needed more than ever, and much more than warlike domination-based strategies. So we're very fortunate now. I've in my whole life working toward this goal and using whatever tools were available. We have this new tool set. There's enough cultural agreement on these tools for now that we can use them to, again, solve problems that were not really solvable with the financial system of 100 years ago, the way it was designed. It really wasn't designed for today's mega issues that need mega cooperation.